You know what, that's not what he wants to see, is those two-lap cars racing side by side in front of him. Austin Hubbard down low and Jason Fager up on the high side. DJ, Jimmy Owens now starting to close back in. I don't know if he's going to have enough time. White flag in the air this time.
White flag. Jimmy Owens gained a lot of ground that time in turns 3 and 4, Matt. The final time around the 1/3 mile East Bay Oval. Owens trying to close in on your race leader, Scott Bloomquist. He's down to a car length on the backstretch.
Bloomquist able to put that 25 machine of Fager as a buffer between he and Owens. Here comes J.O. down low. He makes a move, but he's not going to get there. Scott Bloomquist wins race number 5 of the 2010 Winter Nationals. Jimmy Owens gets across the line in second. Third will be the number 5 of Eric Jacobson. Fourth goes to Billy Moyer. And rounding out your top 5 was the number 24 machine of Rick Eckert. How about that one, DJ? 4 of the top 5 cars driving Bloomquist chassis.
You know, everyone that follows dirt late model racing knows how good these cars are on a black slick racetrack, so it shouldn't come as any surprise, but they just reaffirmed, I don't want to say their dominance, but reaffirmed how strong those cars are on this type of racing surface. Unofficially, race fans, once again, as Matt mentioned, Scott Bloomquist getting the win here this afternoon. Jimmy Owens second. Third was Eric Jacobson. Fourth was the 21 of Billy Moyer, up from 13th. And fifth was the 24 of Rick Eckert. As we take a look back at some highlights, courtesy of our motorstats.com instant replay.
DJ, it bears repeating. A very slick track this afternoon, but not locked down by any stretch of the imagination. We saw these guys race low, race high, even some 3-wide racing with guys trying to move their way up the middle. Guys really slipping and sliding out there, but no shortage of racing action in this 50-lap A-Bay.
No, certainly not, Matt. And again, you know, East Bay Raceway Park, very accustomed to great racing. And in the last couple of years, the day races have been very, very good. There's a look early on at the battle at the time for the 4th spot between the 5 of Jacobson and the 18 of Babb. And Babb later on then would go on to battle Dennis Erb, as those two cars would seemingly run side by side pretty much the last half of the race and not lay a fender on each other. Did Babb and later on, like I said, the 28 of Dennis Erb.
Both of those guys proved very well how racy this track was for a day race. And then behind them, Billy Moyer battled his way up into the top 5, a 4th place finish. But this kind of hurt him as he got stuck behind both Babb and Erb. If he would have been able to dispose of those guys quickly, I think Moyer might have had something for your top 3.
Yeah, without a doubt. And you have to wonder, too, if the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series would have gone with the, look at Moyer there using that chrome horn just a little bit on the 18 of Shannon Babb. But you have to wonder too, maybe if the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series would have gone with their customary Delaware double file restarts, if that would have done anything. I got to be honest, Matt, the track looked like it was in good enough shape to do that. Let's go down to James Essex, who is on the racetrack right now, and he's getting ready to talk to your winner, the 0 of Scott Bloomquist.
Crucial Tommy Hicks in victory lane, second time this week. Sorry, Steve. The dirt track's dominated out of Orangeburg, Tennessee, Scott Bloomquist.
And Matt, before the interview with Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series announcer James Essex, of course, Scott going to catch an interview with Dave Argabright, who is down there with the Lucas Oil Productions team, as this race is going to be broadcast, or was taped for broadcast and will be kept in the vault if needed a little bit later on here in the 2010 racing season.
Again, it bears repeating that Bloomquist chassis, those Team Zero cars finishing in 4 out of the top 5 positions. Give a call to Eric Jacobson coming home with the 3rd place run. DJ, you predicted he would be in victory lane in 2010, and right now I think that looks like it is a very good possibility. It's been a great week for the Earthshaker.
Yeah, Eric Jacobson, without a doubt, has had a very, very solid week and has quietly had a very solid week as we see the Rockstar girls now making their way out onto the racetrack. Let's turn it back over to Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series announcer James Essex.
Between them there, Scott. There you go, Scott. Here, Scott. Congratulations, Scott, on the win this afternoon.
Oh, thank you. You know, I didn't know what the track was going to do, and you know, just hope we went with the right tires, and you know, just stayed in the bottom. You know, the racetrack actually was a lot more racy out there than I thought it'd be today, and you know, testament, good preparation. It's not too many places you can have a race in the daytime. It's pretty amazing.
Jimmy stuck his nose up there once, I know, going into turn number 3. At the end, he caught up with you a little bit in traffic, but I tell you what, you held him off.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he run pretty good, you know, and I guess Eric run third. You know, we're happy with our cars, and glad everybody had a good race today.
And Eckert was in there, too, had a good job, too.
You bet. You know, we're glad all of them are good.
Thank all the great sponsors, Scott, on the Zero car.
You bet. You know, I can't say enough for Bob and Barb Miller. I hope they're out there, and you know, this has been a tough place for us to come. We really got our ass handed to us here a lot, so it feels good.
You first won here in '90, took you 17 years, and now this year, twice in 1 week, and we still got one more to go.
That's right. That's what we're focused on now.
Congratulations, Scott.
Thank you.
Scott Bloomquist, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys all over the place in front of your race leader, Damian Gardner. That's been some of the best racing we've seen down here in any division at East Bay Raceway Park.
Yeah, we've got the emails pouring in here, text messages flying in. Everybody at home watching live here on Racecast Live is stoked. They're like, this is the best racing we've seen yet. Good stuff. The track's great. The quality's great. And it's all good.
And now the field getting the 1 to go signal, so it'll be a green flag in the air next time by with 24 laps down. A 6-lap shootout to the checkered flag. Damian Gardner has led every lap so far with an advantage as great as a full straightaway. Dave Darland and Jerry Coons Jr. run second and third. We'll see if they can chase down your race leader, Damian Gardner. The Demon brings them back up to speed. Green goes in the air. It's a 6-lap shootout to the checkered flag.
Gardner down into turn number 1, and all these drivers are racing for position, and they're not doing a whole lot, doing Dave Darland a whole lot of favors.
No, there you see the number 36 and 69 on your screen. Yellow flag now coming back out as we only completed 1 lap. We might not have actually completed any laps. Trying to take a look around the racetrack and see if there's any cars stopped or spun on the racetrack. Not seeing any right now. Sean, is there anything you can tell?
Well, the right front of Chris Wyndham, it was going down on that last caution. He drove around, didn't pull off. And then as soon as they dumped the green flag, he slowed down and they dumped the yellow flag. So we're going to have to wait another 5 or 6 laps here to get going.
As we said, the second time tonight that Chris Wyndham has experienced trouble on the right front corner of his car in his heat race. He actually had the right front wheel fly off that number 11 machine. Luckily, it hit the fence and stayed on the racing surface, so nobody getting hurt in the grandstands or on the racetrack in that exchange. But now the yellow lights are out, so we'll try this one more time. Damian Gardner, the man up front with 24 laps down, 6 to go in the second USAC Sprint Car race of 2010. The Demon this time goes to the high side as he brings them back down to the green. We are back underway, 6 laps to go.
And you see all these back markers here just grinding it out here, trying to get every position they can. East trying to go around Ricky Williams there. Williams in the white car, East in the red machine. As here comes Kyle Cummins trying to make something happen on the top.
And take a look at Jerry Coons Jr. all the way down on the inside. He got his left front tire up on the berm, trying to get around the lap machine of Ricky Williams. Here comes Brady Short down low.
That's the battle for third there, working that low groove, the bottom, the place to be right now.
Oh, Short hits the inside berm, somehow keeps it going. I don't know how he didn't spin that car, but he loses some ground to Coons. Man, almost a trouble incident up there for Brady Short as the laps continue to wind down. It'll be 3 to go this time for Damian Gardner. There you see Jerry Coons trying to pick his way up through this lap traffic.
Well, Garland's managed to get by a few of those lap cars as Jerry Coons now puts himself in the 3rd spot. Short in the 4th spot. 5th is Bland.
Man, I do not know how Brady Short hung onto that number 36 machine as he had that left front wheel up on that inside berm, but somehow kept it together. 2 laps to go that last time by. It is all smooth sailing up front for your leader, Damian Gardner.
Gardner's going to get the white flag off at turn number 4. 1 to go for the Demon. And he's got 1 more lap to do it, and if he can, he will double up here at East Bay.
Damian Gardner has put it hurting on the rest of the field this week at East Bay Raceway Park. He works his number 71 machine up and off at turn number 4. Damian Gardner wins his 2nd straight race at East Bay Raceway Park. It'll be a green flag in the air this time by. Schaefer leads him back down. McCarl in 2nd. Here we go.
Here comes TV Terry down to the inside with a slide job. Oh! Wow, look at that. Took them both out. Mark Smith gets away clean. Unbelievable.
What a turn of events here on this lap 25 restart. Your 2 lead cars involved in that incident off of turn number 2. Let's take a look at the motorstats.com instant replay.
TV Terry smoked it down in there trying the restart slider. Thought he had it cleared. Schaefer making contact. Rut row. Both cars bouncing around. TV Terry folds the front end. Schaefer bouncing off the wall. Shattered dreams.
Sean, I don't know how those guys didn't get upside down as they were really carrying some speed through there. Take another look at this. It looks like McCarl just misjudged that slide job. Kind of worth noting, the inside of the racetrack here still kind of, I don't want to say slimy, but I don't think they really have it broken in yet. And, you know, when you go down low to try to throw one of those slide jobs, it just seems like the grip isn't there.
So looking over in turn number 2 as we get another look at it here on the motorstats.com replay. But looking at it right now with my own eyes over in turn number 2 is both drivers still inside the race car, which is probably a good thing. As McCarl spinning around there, and what a tough break there for Tim Schaefer. Led every single step of the way here, all 24 laps. And definitely a bad deal over there in turn number 2. The inside.
How about Hodnett and that yellow machine up on the outside?
Upside down and 1.
Big trouble down in turn number 1 as Dale Blaney has got up and over, and that white number 2 machine, that puts us back under the red flag. Man, it's just been like the Sports Illustrated curse. You don't want to run up front here tonight, as you saw Blaney getting out of that number 2 machine. So good sign right there. Let's see. Not sure if we got that on the replay or not. There you see it. On the upper left portion of your screen. Let's take a second look. Dale Blaney is the 2nd place car. There he is in the white machine. Let's try and take a look and see if we can figure out what happened. Oh, he just absolutely plowed that car up into the outside wall in turn number 1 and ended up taking him up and over. Back at East Bay Raceway Park, the yellow lights are off. We're set for a 5-lap shootout to the checker flag. Mark Smith brings them back down to the line. Green in the air. Here comes Deweese.
It's Smith, Henry, Deweese, Stevie Smith, and Hodnett, your top 5. Can the Rookie of the Year point leader, Cap Henry, cap off a win here at East Bay?
We're about to find out as you see some racing action there back in the pack. Stevie Smith, that black car on your screen, trying to draw a beat on Lance Deweese. Up front, Mark Smith. So far, so good, as he has been able to hang on to that lead by about 5 car lengths since the drop of the green flag. It'll be 2 laps to go this time by for your race leader.
Slide job for 4th there. Hodnett slips under Stevie Smith. A sweet move at a GH. He's up to 4th. Stevie Smith back to 5th. Eschen 6th.
White flag coming out this time by, and don't look now, Cap Henry is running down your race leader, Mark Smith. This is the final time around East Bay Raceway Park. Who's it going to be? Working their way up into turns 3 and 4 for one last time. Here is your leader off the corner. It's going to be Mark Smith winning night number 1 at East Bay Raceway Park.